is up, everybody? Welcome to another Fresh Take. Vicky, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I have watched the most interesting season finale I think I've ever seen in my life. Um, they did not do, and it was actually kind of a refreshing thing too, because episode 8 felt like the season finale, but episode 9 wrapped everything up nicely.
Yep.
So you felt the same way?
No, I didn't think episode 9 felt like a season finale.
Yeah, because like episode 8 felt like a
Or 8.
normal
Season.
season finale,
Yeah, I mean
but
8.
episode 9 actually kind of wrapped everything up
Yeah.
as far as like, because I was wondering when episode 8 ended, I'm like, we never got a Agatha backstory because it came in episode 9. Which the whole first half of episode 9 was her backstory,
Yep.
which was interesting.
Which
um
was she was running a multiple century long con
yeah,
based off of a song her son started.
yeah,
and and she got some nerve. How you gonna be mad at Rio when she gave you 6 years more than what you were supposed to get from the jump?
yeah.
That kid was not supposed to live at all.
And I think they did a real good job of showing how sick that boy was, because like when they showed him like older, you like, why he keep having them purple bags under his eyes? I'm like, because he's not supposed to be there.
No, he was literally on death's door
Yeah.
every day.
So I'm just like, okay, I get it. I like the Aubrey Plaza being the reveal of Lady Death in Marvel, even though I think it's funny because like if you read the comics, then you know Lady Death has a relationship with Deadpool in the comics, which is funny because the whole, if you get the there's only one way to say this: Deadpool fucks death because Deadpool can't die. So the running joke of that is, yeah. So it was just funny seeing that because of how dry Aubrey Plaza's comedy can be. And I was like, that would be interesting if they ever let them meet up. That would just be hilarious, in my opinion. Side note, but I did like how that whole reveal came down. They did a good job with the prosthetic of the facial thing, making it look like Havoc from Mortal Kombat,
Mm-hmm.
with like half her nose gone in the thing when she turned around. I thought that was actually pretty cool. I thought the manifestation of her power was actually pretty cool. Uh, and the fact that there was nothing Agatha could do. You can't beat death.
No, you can't.
So the whole thing with them fighting, I'm like, why are they fighting? You ain't gonna win.
Well, you don't have to go quiet into the night.
Yeah,
Rage against the dying of the light.
I guess, but it wasn't gonna get you nowhere.
I'm I'm still gonna fight.
I did like though that the reveal that Billy actually created the whole road. He created the whole
But she
thing.
said you're just like your mother. She meant it literally.
Yeah.
You created a whole world. Because I know when Agatha was like, what is this door? What you mean? There's
There's
not
a
supposed
door.
to be a door.
Yeah. Yeah, because you go back and watch the first episode, now you're like, oh, this all makes sense. This all makes sense. Um, yeah, that it, I didn't. I don't think he killed. Like he kept saying he's a murderer because he killed those people. I'm like, bro, you technically you didn't. Technically,
I mean, he created the road
yeah, but he didn't.
and he knows, you know.
Well, Death was down there with him. It wasn't like Death wasn't down there with him. Death was
Yeah.
down there with him. So technically, he didn't kill nobody. But he did save Jennifer, which I thought was actually pretty cool. That Jennifer actually got all her power back.
Yep. And she flew away. She was like, bye.
Yeah, which I thought that was actually kind of funny, but actually kind of cool visual too. Like
And
she was
plus,
the only one to survive that, and the
and
fact
it was
that
a black woman. The black woman survived.
yeah,
technically the final girl. So I was like, yay!
Literal black girl magic. But I did think it was funny that like Agatha was the one that bound her and didn't realize she bound her. Like, bruh,
Well, when you are out here selling spells to any old body, you don't know where them spells is going, who they're
like,
getting used on.
wow, Agatha, you really did that. Like, that's kind of. And then Agatha tried to blame it on the patriarchy. I thought that was on brand and funny.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the visual of Agatha being a ghost, I thought was actually pretty cool. In that final episode, I think this kind of like in the comics, Agatha isn't dead, so there's that. But she does look like that. She looks like an older person now, because she usually hangs out with Doctor Strange.
Well, that's
So
why they said she like was all three, excuse me, maiden, mother, and crone. So now she's in her crone stage.
yeah, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes because from what I understand, there's still that Young Avengers is still on the table. So I'm like, are they really gonna do that or not? So I don't know. But now they got all the whole cast of Young Avengers is now have been you've seen them now.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen Kid Loki, you've seen Elijah Bradley, you've seen Kate Bishop, America Chavez, uh, Miss Marvel, and now we got Wiccan. So they're all there. So if they want to do anything with it, they can. Overall, I enjoyed the series more than I thought I would because at first I was just like, okay, I don't know why we're doing this, but it actually grew on me because I was like, this is actually pretty cool, and the whole uh, every episode was actually a different. They did a good job to me of balancing the comedy and the mystery. I think they did a good job of that, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Over the 9 episodes. So the only problem I had with it is the 2 episode season premiere and this 2 episode season finale. Can we stop doing that?
Nope.
Please.
Nope.
Either give it to me all at once or just do it weekly, man.
No.
Please.
No. 2 and 2.
That's like, man, because
And
I'm
plus,
kind of mad about.
if you're gonna have Lady Death, to have it end right before Day of the Dead was pretty good too.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So like you're literally ending it right before.
Or just release it a couple weeks early.
No.
I mean, it ain't gonna hurt nobody to release it early. There wasn't much that I didn't like about the series. And I can't even think of like nitpicking stuff that I didn't like. Because I thought they did a very good job of handling each of the characters.
Yeah.
And stuff. Like I say, even I love Aubrey Plaza. She does a great job in pretty much everything she's in my opinion. So her being Death was actually, I thought that was actually a good casting choice. Catherine Hahn, she killed it as per usual. But yeah, the Coven, I actually liked her Coven. Well, not the people that she killed. the Coven that actually went on the road with. Because man, they showed all them other women. I'm like, ooh, y'all all gonna die. And she killed all of them.
She was just killing witches, just killing them nonstop.
I'm like, God dang, like
just kept killing them.
Like, why in the world are you so bloodthirsty? Oh,
yeah, especially since like, if they didn't know who you were, you could just chill. Like there was no reason to keep killing.
Mm-mm. Now the first time it happened, that wasn't her fault.
For the power to save her son.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too was like the first time it happened, it wasn't her fault. Like when she took their.
Well, we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
We're talking about
every time after that was her fault.
like no.
Yeah, like she was on the chain with it. But yeah, I couldn't find anything that I didn't like about the series, to be honest. What about you?
No, I think it was pretty well done. It was enjoyable throughout. Billy was out here just, just making up worlds
Yeah.
and just making things up. But uh, I think it was a good addition into the Marvel universe. Everybody loved Agatha from WandaVision.
Mm.
So it's like, let's ride that ride, see where it takes us. And then now you've been introduced to more characters. And Jennifer is the cousin of Johnny Blaze. So, like,
We're gonna
bringing
find
out
out
all.
something.
Hmm?
Yeah, we're about to find out something
So,
because
like, it's bringing it, it's bringing more things together. So, like, there's a purpose to it all. So they were able to introduce other characters in a fun way.
well, let me ask you this because that did come out that Jennifer is the cousin to Johnny Blaze, and I remember in Agents of Shield, I can't remember whether it was season 5 or season 6, they showed the Ghost Rider with the bullet in his skull, and I'm like, that ain't was that supposed to be Johnny or because I don't remember Danny Ketch being shot in the head.
No, but there's so many different ones. There's so many
Right.
Ghost Riders, or let me see. There's so many like acts of vengeance. So like, or gods of vengeance. So like, at this point in time, I can't even tell you.
Okay, because I know we know Robbie Reyes, and they pretty much confirmed that all three of the comic book ones that we know of, Robbie Reyes, who was the newer one, Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch are alive in the MCU. We just don't know where they at. We don't know where Johnny Blaze and Ketch are at, but apparently they're alive and they're somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting to see how they tie that in because apparently Blade is on hold indefinitely, but Midnight Suns is not. So I don't know what they're doing with the schedule. I'm just going with it. I'm just along
Yeah.
for the ride. I'm
Maybe
just
they see, or maybe when they were testing, they're like, oh, a Midnight Suns will work better since Blade there's already been a Blade.
mhm,
There's already been a Ghost Rider. So like
basically,
maybe we
yeah,
can do the group one first and then do a revisit of the individual. And
yeah.
it's like it's hard, especially like, no, Blade has always been Wesley Snipes. So like Wesley Snipes is very much still alive. So it's like,
And it's funny because of that line in Deadpool where he's like, basically, there's only been one Blade, only ever going to be one Blade. I'm like, why did they say that? Why did they say that?
like it's hard to look at these another Blade, and
Yeah,
people gotta get their minds used to it. We don't want to be like DC, who keeps recasting the same people. We
yeah,
don't want that. There's been 11 million Batmans, 11 million Supermans. So
and what?
like,
And one Wolverine.
yes. So it's like, let's take a moment.
Yeah, so it's going to be very interesting to see where they go with this because apparently the series ends with uh, Ghost Agatha helping Billy try to find Tommy.
Yes.
So, like I said, I don't know where this could possibly go. So, I don't see them getting a season 2, to be honest. And that's not knocking it saying it's a horrible show.
No, I don't
No,
think there was. I don't think there was ever a plan for a season
yeah,
two.
I just don't think it's going to be a season 2. I think it's going to move into something else. And
Yeah,
like,
I don't think season two was ever on like the docket.
yeah. And if they use Catherine Hahn, she's just going to be in that astral ghost form or whatever,
Yeah.
So that's a good way of saying, hey, we don't have to use her, but we can if we need to. And that to me, that's a good way to go with it, especially with like the older actors.
Yeah, especially since like if you don't use her for another 5 years or something, five
Yeah,
years from now she might not want to
do it. Yeah.
do it. But if she's now ghosty version of her, you can CGI that.
Because that's what it's going to be anyway.
But she
So,
probably she might have agreed to that. She was like, "I'll do ghosty me,
mhm,
and I'll do voiceover for me or
mhm.
whatever."
And then that'll work out. So, yeah, all in all, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good 9 episodes. If you liked WandaVision, I don't see why you wouldn't like this because it follows that same kind of template a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of having the different shows, every trial was a different era, you could say. Because one it was the 60s, one it was the 70s, one was the 80s, one was 60s, 70s, 80s, and there was another decade that was in there. Um,
Well, no, because like the tower wasn't really a decade.
yeah, the tower was in a decade, but like the other stuff was like because it was
Yeah,
the stuff with the radio with the record player was the 70s.
yeah. No, the
The
other ones
yeah,
had but the tower was based off of tarot
yeah,
cards.
the tower was based off tarot card, but it was something else I'm forgetting before then. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it followed that same kind of format, and yeah, overall, I thought it was a good show. So that's my thoughts on it. We don't have another show coming up. We got Skeleton Crew on December 3rd, and What If is December 22nd. But they didn't say if they're doing like they did last year with What If, where there was an episode every day for
Mm,
9 days. I don't know if they're doing
I
that.
hope
This
not, cause whew, child,
yeah.
whew,
um,
child, no.
this is supposed to be the last season of What If. I'm not happy with that. I like What If. I thought they did a great job on the previous 2 seasons of What If. I want more, but if they only want to do 3 seasons,
But
fine.
that's fine because
Yeah,
Marvel's good at taking risks and trying out new things. So trying out What If, giving us Agatha all along, like they're good at taking risk and letting them pay off.
yeah. So
So like I'm
I,
trying to think of a show that I didn't really care for. I don't know. But like so like they're good at playing with things.
yeah. And to be fair, the majority of the shows I've actually enjoyed.
Yeah. Because I
The
mean they've had the time. Like
yeah,
even if it is only like 9 episodes, they have the time to develop stories versus like in a movie. You gotta move quick.
yeah.
You gotta move quick.
I still think my favorite one, just for me personally, is Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's my favorite one. Um, Personally. But yeah, I've liked all of them.
Yeah.
I think the weakest one in my opinion was Secret Invasion, and that's because I think if COVID doesn't happen, it films when it's supposed to. It would have came out when it's supposed to, and that would have made more sense. But other than that, I think that was like the weakest one in my opinion. But other than that, I still enjoyed it for what it was. But yeah, any final thoughts?
I look forward to seeing what's next on the docket
Yeah.
and going from there.
Yep. So we're gonna be off for the next couple weeks because we don't really have a show lined up until Star Wars Skeleton Crew on December 3rd. So we will be back then. Anything you want to pimp out?
As always, come by Fangirl Review on Twitch. I crocheted a pickle. I don't think you'll be able to see it because he's green and it's a green screen, so you won't see him if I hold him up. So imagine me holding a pickle. It's
A
emotional
pickle.
support pickle. It says you're a big deal. So
Emotional support, people. Emotional support.
I gotta make 4 to 7 of them. So we'll see how that goes.
Gotcha. Okay, we got the Winging It podcast at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come back through. Chat's gonna be open as always. We'll be talking about all those shadow drops that happened this past week, and the Nintendo Music app, which everybody apparently people are mad about. Go figure. And with 1 month left in the year, what is your game of the year so far? So please come through. Chat will be open as always, and that'll be at 7 p.m. So in about 35 more minutes. So see you guys there. And until next time, peace out, people.
Bye.